stuff that you guys need to work on. What specifically would you like to work on from this game?
Well, clearly, ball security. It's one of our biggest tenets of what we got to do to win, and we didn't do that on Saturday night, and that's the biggest thing we have to correct, and it's something that we take very, very seriously. It's something we drill all the time. At times during the season, you've got scout team guys trying to hack at the ball. Sometimes their intensity can wane because they don't want to get the starters upset with them for going after it, and it's too bad. And it's going to be re-emphasized this week. You got to give Hawai'i credit. They physically took the ball away from our guys, but we've got to get that fixed. And then, on Derek's interceptions, he knows the mistakes he made on those, and he can get those corrected.
On the ground between Quezada and Waller, the running back situation, obviously Martez had 95 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground, but were you, I guess, are you at the point now where you're ready to name a starting running back, or do you still plan to use both him and
I think both of them bring us different things. I thought Martez ran really hard last week, and I was really pleased because we knew going into that game they were the #1 rush defense in the Mountain West. They were very stout up front. They do some things schematically that make it tough to run against, and yet our offensive line got some movement, and then Martez ran really hard. I thought Josh had some good runs too. I think right now, Josh, protection-wise and hands catching the ball out of the backfield, maybe he's a little bit ahead of Martez. Martez, I thought, ran better last week, so it's going to be a little bit of give and take, and both those guys are going to play.
What have you seen from Idaho, a team that obviously just got its first win of the season on Saturday?
Well, as I mentioned, I think they're a team with some momentum. They're playing with a lot of excitement. You can tell they're being coached well because they're playing hard and fast. Sometimes a new staff comes in and kids are confused because of new terminology and stuff. These guys are playing like they know what they're doing. I think they've settled in on a quarterback who's a dual threat guy. He ran for 120 yards and threw for 300 yards. And anytime you've got a quarterback threat that can do both, throw it well and run, it gives your defense a challenge.
How'd you feel about Derek's effort down near the goal line where he went airborne?
I love his intensity, love his effort. I wish he was smarter with things. He's got to protect himself and the ball better. It looked like a little bit to me like he was trying to make the play from Nebraska a couple years ago. I'd like to think he's a little bit more veteran to realize let's take care of our body.
Out of curiosity, since you said you sent the first play, and did you send in the Josh Harper catch on the sideline as well?
There's quite a few plays we sent in.
Coach, how relieved were you to escape Saturday with the victory there?
I'm relieved every time you go on the road and come home with a victory. You go out there and you realize teams practice extremely hard. I thought the players from Hawaii have a ton of pride, and they showed it. They're down 42-3. They didn't quit, and we gave them some reasons to have momentum, and they took advantage of that. And you got to give them credit. I think our team has been tested a few times now and shown resolve. That when we have to get stops, there's 3 games now. We had to get a stop to finish the game, and 3 times our defense stood up when they had to make those stops. Obviously, there's things we've got to get cleaned up, but the resolve our guys show, I was pleased with.
Did you feel that the team overall intensity dropped once you guys got up that 42-3?
Probably a little bit, and it's something we're going to address with our guys today. We got to stop looking at the scoreboard. The scoreboard's a liar, and our mentality's got to be we're playing this snap and having no appreciation for if we're up 30, down 30, it doesn't matter. Let's just go play.
Coach, you said after the game that you sometimes need to win ugly, and other teams aren't as fortunate to win ugly. Are you tired of winning ugly?
I'll take wins any way we can get them. If we have to win ugly, we win ugly. I'd prefer not to. Obviously, you'd prefer to execute better, and when you're up 42-3, you expect to close the game out and not to be close in the waning seconds like it was. My cardiologist would probably be happier if I did that and not put so much stress on me. But at the same time, I'm really pleased that when we get in those situations, our guys don't panic. I wish they'd be a little bit more upset, but, you know, they just, hey, coach, we'll get it. You know, and we just got to take care of the ball better.
And, you know, building on that question, you're trying to take this program to the next level, ranking in the top 25 for the first time in a while. How much does, you know, the old style points, how much does that matter, trying to show people that Fresno State is trying to arrive, we're going to get there, and we want to stay there, and you know, maybe didn't exactly show up in the second half in Hawaii?
You know, I think it's something that maybe nationally people look at those things, you know, style points for whatever it's worth. But as a coach, I really don't. I want to win no matter the score, but we're going to try to win by 50 if we can. I mean, it makes it so where we can get reserves in and, you know, develop your team further. Other teams aren't going to let you do that. At least they're going to attempt not to. So sometimes you got to learn to win ugly, and I think there's something to be said about the resolve of a team that can do that.
Coach, do you feel that the time zone could have made a difference in that second half, like the downfall?
The time zone.
The time zone change.
I think anytime you go on the road and you go 3 time zones away, it can be a factor. It's why we go a couple days earlier to try to acclimate ourselves to that time. It's not an excuse. It is what it is. You know, they got to come here and play. You can use it as an excuse. We're not going to. I mean, our guys were ready to play, and in my opinion, it had nothing to do with it.